This is Ghetto Jeopardy. Wait, something doesn't feel quite right here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm sorry about the fan noise in the background, but it is summer, so without it, I would just sweat all over the place. So if you never played or watched Jeopardy before, for 2 rounds, there's going to be 6 categories, 5 questions. Harder questions or more points. Normally it's money, but I have no money. So you're just going to have to deal with points. And the last round, there'll be 1 question where you can put all your points on the line. Now, I actually made this all up in my head because I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, look, this is blank. This is just for effect. So all the answers either came from here or from Google. So if I get something wrong, feel free to fact check me. Alright. The categories for round 1 are as follows: 2010s pop culture, Plants vs. Zombies, Among Us, SpongeBob SquarePants, General Knowledge, and Clash of Clans. So, the first question of each category is 200, and it will keep going by 200s until you get to a maximum of 1,000. I will go category by category, column by column. Normally you get to pick, but I have no way of knowing what you pick, so. Alright. Let's go. Wait, what did I say first? I said... Crud, what did I say? Maybe it's on the other side? Oh wait, I didn't write anything. Ah, yes. 2010s pop culture for 200. This popular song came out in 2013. I'll read it twice and I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. And you can always pause the video if you need more time. Pro tip. This popular song came out in 2013. Alright, the answer I was looking for is Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Alright, 2010s pop culture for 400. In 2011, we gave birth to the best-selling video game ever. That game was blank. In 2011, we gave birth to the best-selling video game ever. That game is blank. Alright, what is Minecraft? That's what we're looking for. 2010s pop culture for 600. In 2016, this gorilla lost his life after a child jumped in its enclosure. In 2016, this gorilla lost his life after a child jumped in his enclosure. Of course, I am talking about Harambe. Rest in peace, Harambe. I'm sorry. Alright. Here's something a little more lighthearted. 2010s pop culture 800. Towards the end of the decade, or close to the end of the decade, this new social media app really caught on. Towards the end of the decade, this social media platform started to catch on. TikTok is what I was looking for. Alright, and finally, 2010s pop culture for 1,000 points. In late 2019, this new virus was discovered. In late 2019, this new virus was discovered. I was just clearing my throat. COVID-19 is the answer. All right, that category is complete. We are now moving on to Plants vs. Zombies. Plants vs. Zombies for 200. What is the name of the player's neighbor? What is the name of the player's neighbor? That would be Crazy Dave. Plants vs. Zombies for 400. The dancing zombie, or disco zombie, was originally modeled after which celebrity? The dancing zombie, or disco zombie, was modeled after which celebrity? This is, of course, Michael Jackson. Plants vs. Zombies for 600. This plant allows you to remove a gravestone by planting it on top of the grave. This plant allows you to remove a gravestone by planting on top of the grave. That would be Gravebuster. Plants vs. Zombies for 800. This is the final plant obtained in adventure mode. This is the final plant obtained in adventure mode. Alright, what is Melon Pult? And Plants vs. Zombies for 1,000. What year did Plants vs. Zombies come out? What year did Plants vs. Zombies come out? Excuse me. Alright, that would be 2009. So as of me recording this, that game is 20... No, not 20. This game is 13 years old. Wow, I feel old now. So yeah, 2009 was the answer. That column is done. We are moving on to Among Us. Among Us for 200. What are the names of the antagonists in Among Us? What are the names of the antagonists in Among Us? Alright. The answer is imposters. What are imposters? Among Us for 400. And that question is... What was that? Huh? Oh. Okay, Among Us for 400. If you're a crewmate, it is possible to get one of 3 special abilities. These abilities are Guardian Angel, Engineer, and blank. If you're a crewmate, you can get one of 3 special abilities. These are Guardian Angel, Engineer, and blank. So we got Guardian Angel, we got Engineer, and then one more. What is Scientist? That is the answer we were looking for. Alright, Among Us for 600. What special ability does the Engineer have? What special ability does the Engineer have? Alright, what is venting? Or I would have also accepted vent. Or something with vent. As long as you got that main idea, you get the points. Among Us for 800. How many colors are there in Among Us? So how many different, like, little people that walk around, how many different color suits are there? How many different color suits are there? All right. What is 15? There are 15 different colors in Among Us. And last but definitely the most, Among Us for 1,000. And that question is, this small team made Among Us. This small team made Among Us. All right, what is inner sloth? That is the answer, inner sloth. We all got to release our inner sloth. All right, that category's done. We're moving on to SpongeBob SquarePants. No. Okay, let's get on with the questions. SpongeBob SquarePants for 200. This is the restaurant that SpongeBob works at. This is the restaurant that SpongeBob works at. All right, what is the Krusty Krab? SpongeBob SquarePants for 400. SpongeBob's best friend lives under a rock on his street. Who is he? SpongeBob's best friend lives under a rock on SpongeBob's street. Who is he? This is SpongeBob SquarePants for 400 points, people. Who is Patrick? Patrick Star is the answer. SpongeBob SquarePants for 600. Speaking of SpongeBob Street, what is the name of SpongeBob's street? What is the name of SpongeBob's street? All right. 124 Conch Street is what we were looking for. 124 Conch Street. All right. SpongeBob SquarePants for 800 points. Pay attention, people. We got 800 points on the line. All right. And the question is, in the final season 1 episode, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2, what object does SpongeBob use to summon Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? In the episode Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 2, what does SpongeBob use to summon Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? All right, and that would be the conch signal. Not to be confused with the magic conch, but this is, in fact, the conch signal. That is the answer. And finally, SpongeBob SquarePants for a whole grand 1,000 points. In the season 4 episode, Rule of Dumb, it is revealed that Patrick and Gary are related. What is Patrick's relationship to Gary and vice versa? What is Patrick's relationship to Gary and vice versa? All right, the answer is first cousins. I would have also accepted just cousins. All right, that's the end of SpongeBob. Well, no, it's still running. Just got renewed for a 13th season. Next up is general knowledge. Get ready for your worst nightmare. General knowledge for 200. How many states are in the U.S.? How many states are in the U.S.? I guarantee at least one of you is going to get this wrong, and that's sad. The answer is 50. 50 states in the U.S. General knowledge for 400. What is a group of fish called? What is a group of fish called? The answer is a school. A school of fish. Like you have a pack of wolves, it's called a school of fish. Now, in the actual Jeopardy game, you have to answer in the form of a question. So you have to say, like, what is a school? But I'm not going to, like, worry about that too much. Like, if you don't answer in the form of a question, I mean, as long as you get the answer right, I mean, I'm not going to hold that against you. Remember, it's all just for fun. It's not the winning that matters, it's taking part. All right, general knowledge for 600. How many sides does a quadrilateral have? How many sides does a quadrilateral have? All right, that would be 4. 4 sides that a quadrilateral has. 4 sides. General knowledge for 800 points. 4. This kid's playing golf again. All right. Where were we at? General knowledge for 800 points. This TV show currently holds the record for the longest running TV show. This TV show currently holds the record for the longest running TV show. What is The Simpsons? The Simpsons movie. No, we're not going to do that. And general knowledge for 1,000 points. How many continents are there? How many continents are there? All right, the answer is 7 continents. The answer is 7 continents. All right, and we're moving on to the final category of round 1. All right, we've got Clash of Clans for 200. What is the first troop that you get that targets defensive buildings? What is the first troop that you get that targets defensive buildings? What are giants? What are giants? Clash of Clans for 400. Whoa, folks, we got a daily double. So, daily double, even though it's a 400-point question, wager your points right now. Wager 1 point or all your points. I mean, really, who cares? Well, you should. Alright. Place your bets now. Going once. Going twice. Alright. So Clash of Clans for 400 or however much you wagered. A level 1 archer has what color cape? Why are my lips so dry? A level 1 archer has what color cape? Level 1 archer. Alright, the answer is green. They have a green cape. Clash of Clans for 600. What level does your town hall reach when the town hall itself turns black? What level does your town hall reach when the town hall itself turns black? Let it be level 9. Level 9 is the answer. Clash of Clans for 800. On YouTube, there's an animated series based on this game by the name of what? On YouTube, there is an animated series based on this game by the name of what? And that is Clash-O-Rama. Clash-O-Rama is the answer. And the last question of round 1. Clash of Clans for a whopping 1,000 points. The final question of round 1. This spell allows ground troops to jump over walls. This spell allows ground troops to jump over walls. And survey says, what are jump spells? Jump spells is the answer. All right, round 1. You're doing good. You're doing good. You need to step it up a little bit. Don't even get me started on that guy. All right. We are now moving on to round 2. Same thing. 6 categories, 5 questions each. Now, the question with the least points is going to be 400. Wait, I think, yeah. It's going to be 400. And it will keep going until it reaches 1,600. Nope, I'm wrong. It'll keep going until it reaches 2,000. So go 400, 800, 1,200, 1,600, 2,000. Alright, there'll be 2 daily doubles. And that's about it. The categories are Food and Drink, Plants vs. Zombies 2, American History, Baldi's Basics. Let me check my notes here. Alright, Food and Drink, Plants vs. Zombies 2, American History, Baldi's Basics, Trick Questions / Riddles, and Sports. Alright. We will start with Food and Drink for 400. Be on your game. Food and Drink for 400. Tomatoes belong to which food group? Tomatoes belong to which food group? What are fruits? That is the answer. Food and Drink for 800. And that question is, this carbonated beverage at one point used to contain crack cocaine. This carbonated beverage at one point used to contain crack cocaine. What is Coke or Coca-Cola? I will accept both. Yes, it was a long time ago, but there was stuff in that Coke, let me tell you. Food and drink for 1200. When you add this drink to another drink, it becomes Irish. When you add this drink to another drink, it becomes Irish. What is whiskey? Food and drink for 1600. Without this substance, chocolate tastes bitter. Without this substance, chocolate tastes bitter. That would be sugar. What is sugar? And food and drink for $2,000. Not $1,000. $2,000. And that question is, when baking a cake, this ingredient acts as an emulsifier. When baking a cake, this ingredient acts as an emulsifier. All right, what are eggs? What are eggs? All right, Plants vs. Zombies 2 for 400. The first question is, true or false? Crazy Dave's name is changed in the sequel. True or false? Crazy Dave's name is changed in the sequel. What is false? In the sequel, his name is still Crazy Dave. Plants vs. Zombies 2 for 800. In the American version of Plants vs. Zombies 2, how many worlds are there? In the American version of Plants vs. Zombies 2, how many worlds are there? What is 11? 11 worlds. Plants vs. Zombies 2 for 1200. This plant becomes more defensive as you plant it closer to the right of the screen. Lips are dry again. What plant becomes more defensive when you place it closer to the right of the screen? What is red stinger? What is red stinger? Plants vs. Zombies 2 for 1600. This zombie captivates nearly every plant on the screen with the power of music. This zombie captivates nearly every plant on the screen with the power of music. That would be Boom Box Zombie. And finally, Plants vs. Zombies 2 for 2000. What is Crazy Dave after in the game? So what is he chasing after in this whole game? What is Crazy Dave after in the game? All right. The answer is a taco. He is after a taco. All right. We are now at American history. I'm pretty sure I said that I'm getting right. American history for 400. All right, new category. American history for 400. Doing good so far. Our first question is, starting in 1861 and ending in 1865, the straw on the camel's back being the topic of slavery, what war was that? Actually, I'm going to rephrase that question. What war in America took place from 1861 to 1865? What war in America took place from 1861 to 1865? What is the Civil War? That one was ugly. All right, American history for 800. What year was the Declaration of Independence signed? What year was the Declaration of Independence signed? That would be 1776. American history for 1200. Starting in the 1930s, America was plunged into the Great Blank after the stock market crashed. In the 1930s, America was plunged into the Great Blank after the stock market crashed. What is the Great Depression? American history for 1600. What was the final state to join the U.S., bringing it from 49 states to 50 states? What was the final state to join the U.S., bringing it from 49 to 50 states? The answer is, you all love it, Hawaii. All right, and finally, American history for $2,000. Who was the 45th president selected? Who was the 45th president selected? This is, of course, Donald J. Trump. All right, moving on. The next category is, we did food and drink, PVZ 2. The next category is Baldi's Basics. Baldi's Basics for 200. What does Baldi use to chase you throughout the school? That's me. What does Baldi use to chase you throughout the school? What is a ruler? I would have also accepted yardstick or something of that nature. Baldi's Basics for 800. Who or which character puts you in detention for breaking the rules? Which character puts you in detention for breaking the rules? That would be the principal of the thing. I would have also accepted simply principal. Baldi's Basics for 1,200. And that is, what is the maximum amount of detention that you can get? We're looking for a time frame here. So what is the maximum amount of time that you can get detention for in Baldi's Basics? That would be 99 seconds. Detention for you. Your parents will hear about this one. But yes, the answer is 99 seconds. Baldi's Basics for 1,600. 1,600, folks. After collecting all 7 notebooks, what is your main objective? After collecting all 7 notebooks, what is your main objective? That would be to escape the school. Get out while you still can. So after you get the notebooks, just get out. So if you put get out, escape the school, whatever, that's good. That's correct. And finally, Baldi's Basics for 2,000 points. That is, what happens to Baldi after you collect each notebook? What happens to Baldi after you collect each notebook? He gets faster. So if you said speeds up, gets faster, or something like that, that's good. All right. 2 categories left. We have riddles/trick questions. Riddles/trick questions for 200. Daily double. All right. Wager now. I'll be right here when you get back. You done with your wager? All right, good. So, riddles/trick questions for however much you wagered. How many holes in a polo? How many holes in a polo? All right, the answer is 4. There are 4 holes in a polo because if you write it out on paper, a polo, the A has a hole in it, the P has a hole in it, so that's 2, and then both of the O's are holes, that's 4 holes. All right, riddles/trick questions for 800. There were 30 cows and 28 chickens. How many didn't? There were 30 cows and 28 chickens. How many didn't? All right, the answer is 10. 10 cows. So there were 30 cows, and 20 of the cows ate chickens. 28 chickens. So 10 did not eat chickens. 10 didn't. All right, riddles/trick questions for 1,200. Daily double. Here we go. All right, place your bets. I'll take those chips. All right, riddles/trick questions for 1,200. What is the 7th letter of the alphabet? What is the 7th letter of the alphabet? All right, the answer is H. Now, before you scream at me, here's why it's H. The 7th letter of the alphabet is THEALPH. Therefore, it's H. Hope you enjoyed losing all your money. Or points, I mean. You know what I mean. Riddles/trick questions for 1600. The maker of this object doesn't need it, the buyer doesn't want it, and the person using it doesn't know that they're using it. The maker of this object doesn't need it, the buyer doesn't want it, and the person using it doesn't know that they're using it. What is a coffin? What is a coffin? And riddles/trick questions for 2,000 points. Where does the Great Wall of China start? Where does the Great Wall of China start? That would be 10 letters in. WHEREDOES. And then the 10th letter is when the Great Wall of China comes into play. So 10 letters into the sentence or phrase is where the Great Wall of China starts. And the final category, sports. Sports for 200. How many pins do you have to knock down in order to receive a strike? How many pins do you need to knock down in order to receive a strike? This is, of course, 10. Sports for 800. Sports for 800. Bowling. Sports for 800. If you manage to get to home plate before the ball is caught, what do we call that? If you manage to get to home plate before the ball is caught, what do we call that? We call that a home run. Home run. Sports for 1200. Hang in there, folks. We're almost there. Hope you've been enjoying this so far. So, sports for 1200. In tennis, a score of love is what? In tennis, a score of love is what? Well, when it comes to tennis, a score of love is a score of 0. Never date a tennis player because love means nothing to them. The answer is 0. Hopefully you have more than 0 points right now. All right. Sports for 1600. In golf, if it takes you 3 times, if you hit the ball 3 times to get it in the hole, you did that hole in 3 what? In a game of golf, you hit the ball in the hole in 3 shots. You have completed that hole in 3 what? Well, the answer is you have completed that hole in 3 strokes. Yes, in golf they are called strokes, not shots. And the final category of round 2, aka double Ghetto Jeopardy. Sports for 2000. Breaststroke, backstroke, and butterfly are all from what sport? Breaststroke, backstroke, and butterfly are all from what sport? This is, of course, swimming was the answer that I was looking for. All right, it is now time to move on to Final Jeopardy. Maybe you've done really good. Maybe you've done really crappy. This is your chance to redeem it. Maybe. So, in Final Jeopardy, or Final Ghetto Jeopardy, it works pretty much the same way. There's going to be one question. You can wager as much or as little as you want. But you must wait. You cannot wager any more than what you have. You can choose to wager nothing. But if you have 200 points, you can only wager 200 points. So this is going to be a game changer. Alright, the category is Nintendo. That's our category. And the question is, in the third installment of the Paper Mario series, who is the antagonist? I'll say it one more time. In the third installment of the Paper Mario series, who is the antagonist? Do 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 do. All right, you there? What'd you pick? No, wrong. Mega wrong. All right. The answer to the Final Jeopardy question, or Ghetto Jeopardy question. Don't want to get copyrighted. So, this is it. In the third installment of the Paper Mario series, the antagonist is none other than Count Bleck. Again, that answer is Count Bleck. Bleck. Well, let's count up the points. You, sir, are our winner. Come up here. Congratulations. You have won Ghetto Jeopardy. You know what you win? Nothing. Now get out. Get out. Everybody get out. You're spoiling my moment.